The new energy penetration in China is set to reach 20% by 2022, and this was a statement which was announced or which was uttered by the CEO of NIO, Li. And you remember that this target was set to be reached around 2025. And to hear that this target is set to be reached at the end of 2022, it brings greater joy to the investors that invest into these stocks, and especially to those stocks like NIO, which are one of the leaders in this industry. Then it even means that investing in companies like NIO, it's not something that many investors will regret, as this industry is set to do very well. And even in terms of the growth that we are seeing in this industry, I mean, you remember that this year, just in August, the EV or the new energy vehicles penetration reached or past the 17%, which is something that is incredible and shows you the demand that these EV cars or these EV companies are receiving in terms of the cars they are selling, which is something that is incredible yet again, and has to show you that this industry will continue to do very well even in the years to come. Now, as I've been telling you, it's not all the companies that will make it till the end in this EV industry, because some of these companies or most of these companies that are not yet profitable, and some might have some serious challenge in terms of financing their businesses and all those things, which will lead in them shutting down or closing their businesses. But when we look at companies like NIO, it's a company that's doing so well, and it's a company with a very strong balance sheet, which is why I personally believe that they will be the leader, or they will continue being the leader of this industry even in the years to come. So when you are investing in NIO, you ought not to panic, because you'll remember, even in terms when you go to their balance sheet, this is a company with a very strong balance sheet, because you remember that for the period or for the earnings results which they report for the Q2 of 2021, they had a total cash of around 7.5 billion US dollars. Now, this cash, or this massive cash that they had, is the one that I believe it's encouraging, or it's inviting even more institutional owners to come and own this NIO stock. It's the one that is even attracting retail investors to come and invest into this stock, because a company with a strong balance sheet, it's perceived to perform well. And this company NIO, it is having a very good, strong balance sheet. And remember, just recently NIO also announced their at the share market offering, which will further strengthen their balance sheet to reach or to make them have a cash and cash equivalent of around $9.5 billion. Now, this is something that has to give you comfort when you invest into the NIO stock, because like I said, a good cash balance sheet, guys, a company with a good cash balance sheet, it is perceived to perform well, meaning that companies like NIO will do very well and will continue leading this market. Now, this 20% penetration target, which is set to be reached in China by the end of 2022, ought to motivate you to stay long into companies like NIO, because this then just means that these companies are going to continue to do well even in the years to come. I mean, like I said, this 20% penetration was expected, or analysts expected it to be reached around 2025, but to see it coming by the end of 2022, then it ought to motivate you and shows you the kind of demand that we will be seeing on this industry, which will result in companies like NIO generating tons and tons of revenue from this good penetration. Otherwise, on today's video, guys, we'll be looking at this statement which was uttered or mentioned by the NIO CEO Li just recently this week. So we'll try to unpack this statement or announcement which Li just announced or said this week, and see if whether that can motivate you to stay long into the NIO stock and continue piling onto this stock and not focus on the stock price of this company. So this latest news ought to motivate you, especially looking at the fact that NIO is a company that so many people, like I've said, were expecting it to be heading towards their all-time high of $66.99, which I believe will still get there. It's just that due to some of these things or some of these bad news that surrounds the EV market, like your chip shortage, it's something that the market is still kind of like dragging that entire EV market down or that auto industry down due to this chip shortage. But it's something, like I said, or that I always tell you, that it's a short-term thing, and we will still see these NIO stock or companies in this EV industries flourishing. Otherwise, without going any further, please know that I'm not a professional financial advisor. All that I'll be sharing here with you are just my opinions, and if you seek professional financial advice, you already know what to do by now, and that is you need to go and consult the professionals. Otherwise, if you like the content that I'll be sharing with you in today's video, please don't forget to hit that like button and comment and subscribe. And whilst you subscribe, don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss the latest developments and the content that we release on this channel regarding the stocks that we follow. So please do watch this video until the end, because I definitely think that this content that I'll be giving you regarding the NIO stock will motivate you, and instead of panicking on whilst looking on where the NIO stock is currently trading at, you will be motivated to pile more and take an opportunity, or take these trading levels as a good opportunity for you to go in and pile more shares. Now, this 20% penetration, which Lee just indicated that we will get to it by the end of 2022, he mentioned this at the 2021 World New Energy Vehicle Congress in China. And as I've said, you will remember that this 20% was set to be reached by 2025, and to see it being reached in 2022, it's something that is mind-blowing and ought to motivate you to stay long into these stocks, or into the stocks that are in this industry. Now, the CPCA indicated that for the month of August, like I said, this NEV, or this new energy vehicles penetration, passed the 17% mark, which is something that is truly amazing, as it is 11.6% higher, or 11.6% increase from the figure, or from the penetration figure we saw last year around the same time, which is something, like I said, ought to motivate you and make you to see that the demand of this NEV, or this new energy vehicles, is becoming serious, and the demand is rapidly going higher and faster, which just definitely has to show you that if you are not partaking, or if you have not started investing into this industry, you might miss the good opportunities that this company, or the good returns that so many of the investors that invest into this industry will get in the future. Now, one of the good things that he further indicated or announced during that Congress this week, which really motivated me to want to pile more into this NIO stock, was when he indicated that China could reach 90% of penetration of this NEV, or new energy vehicles, by 2030, which is something that is truly amazing, because it means that by 2030, all the cars that will be driving, or all the cars that will be sold in China, will be new energy vehicles. And as NIO being one of the leaders in China, this ought to be a very good sign for you to say that you did a good decision to invest into this stock, because it will also do very well as this penetration increases over the years to come, which is something that is incredible, guys. Now, the reason why I keep on saying that NIO is the leader in this industry is simply because you will remember that even in terms of the revenue generation in the EV companies in China, NIO comes as the second. As you remember that for the year 2020, NIO reported a total revenue for the year of around $2.5 billion, and they've already passed that target, or that mark, already just by the Q2 of 2021, which is something that has to show you that this is a company that's doing well, and we might see it continue to do well even in the years to come. I mean, there's no other explanation as to why NIO is doing this good, rather than to show you that we are seeing a serious demand, or an increase in sales coming from this NEV, or this new energy vehicles market, which is something that is incredible, and like I said, also has to continue to motivate you, because I mean, for the fact that Lee indicated that by 2030 the EV penetration would be 90%, it's something that is remarkable, and also has to show you that with NIO being one of the leaders, we will see it also doing so well in the years to come. I mean, you remember that this is a company that is doing their utmost best to become the leader. I mean, you remember that not only do they just have, or not only do they just offer the charging stations to their clients, but they also offer battery as a service, where they deploy the battery substations at various places where their customers or clients can go and change their batteries in their cars in less than 4.5 minutes, which is something that is incredible and is going to continue bringing the demand or making NIO to attract more customers into coming and buy their EV cars. The last time I talked about NIO, I think the number of substations that were deployed were around 450, and today I'm happy to announce that NIO currently now has total battery substation as of today of around 471. So it just has to show you the kind of speed they are in when it comes to the deployment of these battery substations. And when I look at this, I think it is very good for them to fast track this pace, because like I said, it offers convenience to customers, as their customers can also have an option to change their batteries rather than going and charge their batteries at a charging station, which takes a bit of time. But when looking at the fact that these battery substations already in China are over 470, it brings greater joy, because you remember that previously, and I think it was when the battery substations were around 350, NIO had indicated that 30% or over 30% of their users now have the battery substations within a 3-kilometer range in China, which is something that has to show you the kind of convenience they will be giving, or they are already giving, to 30% or to more than 30% of their clients, which is something that is incredible and shows you the kind of convenience NIO is offering to their clients. Otherwise, I know, as I've said, that the share price of NIO is still trading way below than what so many retail investors expect. But to the fact that we are seeing even big institutions like the Bank of America, which just added 85% more holdings onto the NIO stock, this ought to show you or motivate you to say that this is a company which is set to do very well, which is why we are seeing even big financial institutions adding more positions or taking these big drops of NIO as a good opportunity for them to add more stocks, which I believe even that's what even as the retail investors ought to be doing, because this is a company which is set to do very well, and this is a company that will do very well. I mean, in the next few days, this company will be giving us their September deliveries, which I believe is going to be, or they are going to announce some good numbers. As you know that for a month or for the Q3 of 2021, you expect to deliver a minimum of 22,500 vehicles, which just simply means that for the upcoming deliveries of September, we can expect NIO to not to deliver anything less than 8,500 EV vehicles, which is something that is truly amazing and has to motivate you to stay long into this NIO stock. Otherwise, with all that, guys, I personally believe that NIO is a company that you will regret not buying it at the current trading levels. And this is a company that has surrounded itself with some strong fundamentals around it, which is something that is truly amazing. And it continues, or the good thing is that it continues to build these strong fundamentals, which is why me personally, I believe that this is a good opportunity for you to go in and pile more, because even the institutional owners, in fact, while I talk of the institutional owners, you remember that NIO already is getting closer to almost 1,000 or having 1,000 institutional owners, which is something that is incredible. And I personally believe that come the end of 2021, NIO would have over 1,000 institutional owners, which is something that is incredible. And the fact that we are seeing that the number of institutional owners are buying or are coming in to buy the NIO stock, or has to motivate you also to probably pile more. And the good thing is that it's not only you that's buying more holdings or more adding more shares of the NIO stock, but even the other institutional owners that own the NIO stock are adding more, because they see the serious potential or the serious returns that they can get by investing into this NIO stock. Otherwise, with all that, guys, I make tons and tons of stock market investing videos, and if you think that this video was amazing, please don't forget to hit that like button. And if you are new, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click on the notification bell so that YouTube can notify you every time I release a video. Otherwise, before you invest into this stock, please just go out there and also do your own due diligence and check the things that I've been saying about this stock, if they are truthful, before you could actually put your money, because this will not only give you confidence, but it will also make you not to panic when you, especially when seeing NIO trading at the current levels. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey, and God bless you all.